Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel, Femme Fatale Figures. So today I wanted to do something a little bit different. Now, you probably noticed something. The first thing you probably noticed is that the video is much more clear than it's been previously, and that's because previously I was shooting on my iPhone, but to be honest, this just wasn't cutting it. I thought it was an iPhone X. I thought it would be good for a while, but the quality of the iPhone, the autofocus, the grain, how it handles in low light, what it considers low light situations, just wasn't cutting it. So I actually went out and I bought a quote unquote real camera. I'm now using a Sony A6300 with a 24mm lens. So that's pretty cool, you know, $1,000 later, right? But that's why I haven't been uploading videos for a while, because I've been waiting for this camera to get here, and then, you know, of course I need to set everything up and kind of get used to the camera. But you know, it is what it is. But today I just wanted to do a game room progress. So a lot of people do their game room tours, and of course I obviously have a game room myself, but mine's not completely set up yet. So I just figure, you know what, let me just do a progress tour and then take you guys on the journey. You can see around the room we have the statues that I already own set up, and these statues right here are going to be reviewed, of course. Even though I've owned them for quite a while now, I'm still going to do a review on them, just because they deserve it and they deserve to be on the channel. But you know, as you can see, this is, I guess you can say, this is where the magic happens. Let me go ahead and try to autofocus that. I'm still trying to figure out this camera, but I guess you could say this is where the magic happens. You know, yeah, we are in the game room today / office. I do my work right over here. So this is the game room / office space. But yeah, it's clearly a different change of scenery. As you can see, the studio, which actually isn't a studio at all, but you know what, let me go ahead and take you guys in there. The studio is simply a walk-in closet. So this is the studio. This is where I've been filming the past 4 legendary videos, which don't have many views, but still, you know, it all goes down in here. I can pretty much film up to 1/4 in here. If I'm gonna film a 1/3 though, I would need to take it out into my room, which is kind of what I'm incorporating into my game room setup, is a secondary studio where I can review 1/3 scale statues. So let's kind of get into it. I mean, so over here we have a bunch of comics books. These are actually things for my next video, guys. So as I told you guys in previous videos, I want to start reviewing, you know, things like comic book pickups and more miscellaneous things, and I'm going to be doing that in the next video. And these are just some comic books I've gotten from the past 2 or so months. I can do much more damage than this in 2 months, but you know, it's been busy, it's been a bit hectic, so comics were put on the back burner for quite a while, and as a result, this is pretty much all I've got. We've got a stack of comics right here, and then we've actually got 2 busts, which I'm not going to give these busts their own views because they're fairly tiny busts. I'm just going to add these with the what I picked up section of my next video. But as you can see, this is the room. This is it, you know. Over here, this is where I would plan to have my next studio for 1/3 scale statue reviews, right here in this little area right here. Probably get like some type of mobile pedestal in there I can put, so I can place 1/3 scale on. And you're probably wondering, like, dude, what is this grate right here? This grate is actually, so as I told you guys, the way I collect comics is I collect my favorite covers, and I do like to put them on display. So this grate, which I got from, it's actually not a grate, it's like a, It's like a grid wall. I got it from uline.com and they call them grid walls. But anyways, I've gotten this grid wall and the plan is to basically use these shells right here to kind of put right here and use them to display my comic books. You know, obviously these are a bit too big for the single wall, so I'll need to saw them down, but I'm actually waiting on a saw from Amazon to be delivered as we speak. It's due to be delivered today, so that means after I finish this video, I can finish setting up this grid wall. But as you can see, this is more furniture over here, and this is just going to be furniture for future statues. Now, it's going to be empty for a while, but I'm going to tell you guys how I'm going to remedy that. But that's going to happen a bit later in the video, so just sit tight. Here's more space for statues, and then we come over here. We see yet more furniture for statues, and you can see down here, I've got the lighting set up. All I have to do is place the light bulbs, and then I have to do the wiring. You know, and once that's done, you know, these will be ready for statues to be placed in them. And then on top of this furniture, we have the statues we've already reviewed. Yay! You guys have already seen these girls before, and here they are. Obviously, this is not their permanent place because I don't think a single one of these statues really fits in this area, but this is just where I've place them until I can find some more permanent placing for these statues. But then you can see over here we've got this is where I game mostly. I game and I also browse the web here because I really do enjoy browsing the web on a giant 65-inch TV display. But here's where I game right here. And if you think that it's kind of weird, like, why is your display so big? I am obsessed with big displays. I used to game on 24-inch monitors. It wasn't enough. I went up to 27, wasn't enough. I went up to 32, it wasn't enough. I even went up to 40-inch. I was on 40-inch PC monitors. Yes, they exist. Yes, you can find them. I was on 40-inch PC monitors and it still wasn't enough. And I was like, you know what? I am a freaking size queen when it comes to gaming displays. So we need to go and we need to get a TV. So we have the 65-inch LG OLED. I can't even remember what model this was. I'm quite positive this is the 2018 model OLED, which is probably due for a new model. You know, I probably should buy a new model because mine's got a little bit of burn in. It's not that bad, but there's a little bit. And of course the newer models have better features and all that. So here's actually my third computer, which is on top of my gaming computer right here. I used to use that computer for work as well. However, work has changed quite a bit, so I really just use that computer to just, you know, listen to podcasts. Really, I don't really use this computer anymore actually, but other than podcasts, that's it. And you can see right here that right next to this PC we have an Anne Hathaway 1/3 scale Catwoman. Of course, she's going to be reviewed as well. And right on here we have a pedestal. Now this pedestal is supposed to spin. It's currently broken right now, so it will need to be replaced, but soon it will be replaced and she will be back to spinning again. You know, we have more lighting effects down there in the corner. I have a lot of lighting effects. You know, I'm going to go into detail on further videos about the type of accessories you can use for your collection, but I'm big on lighting effects. Lighting effects, you know, they bring out statues. If you're not using lighting effects, then you're really selling your statue collection short, because the way you will enjoy your statues will completely change when you incorporate lighting effects. And then you can see we've got the Catwoman wallpaper on the screen. I believe I have all these wallpapers uploaded to my DeviantArt page, because these wallpapers you're seeing that are on the TV, these are taken all by me. they're all taken by me. This Catwoman wallpaper right here, it's taken by me in game. I went into the game, I cranked the resolution up to 8K, and I took a picture. So I have really crisp Catwoman wallpapers, which I will be uploading to my DeviantArt page. I'm also going to be linking that in my YouTube homepage. So if you want some pretty cool wallpapers, I do a pretty good job at taking them. So you'll definitely want to follow me on my DeviantArt when I get that up on my page, which will probably be sometime after this video. And then we got Yennefer from Witcher 3. There was also a Triss wallpaper up about 5 minutes ago, but I would just like to say for the record that even though I like Triss, I am Team Yen completely. I would just like to say that for the record. Okay, you know. But here we have the Lady Death statue. She'll be reviewed also. And actually, we had an incident. So I had an incident about 4 or 5 days ago. I had an incident. I was fixing some of the decorations on the on that behind that Catwoman there, and when I reached my arm back, I hit her hand. Oh, it was bad, people. It's as bad as it sounds. So when I hit her hand, her finger broke off, which her finger was already broken, but I repaired it. But once I hit her hand, it broke off again. But even worse, what happened is down here. So go ahead and look under her armpits. You see those white creases right there? So when I hit the arm right up here, it pushed into the wall of the arm too hard, and it ended up breaking. So I had to glue that back together. It was not fun. This is one of my favorite statues. The damage was so bad that as soon as it happened, I just thought, you know, let's just replace her. This is pretty bad. But unfortunately, you know, the only listing on eBay is like for $1,000, and I got her for like $350, maybe $400. So it was just like, only option was to fix her. But I go into that because I had to order some paint, and I have taken all the paint samples and I've painted them on a piece of paper in order to figure out what's the best match, because I'm gonna have to paint over those white lines to get that fixed. I've never damaged a statue so bad that I had to do this, but unfortunately this is what it's come to. I'm thinking 70.845 is the right skin tone. It might not come out the best on the camera, but when I put them all up there, it looks like 78.45 is the right skin tone. So that's what I'll be using to fix my Vampirella statue, which again is one of my favorites in the collection. So I just want to go, you know, just do a quick once over of these statues. I don't want to get too much into them because, like I said, I'm going to review them. And, oh, and by the way, here's Catwoman from Arkham Knight, and she is on a spinning pedestal. So I have two spinning pedestals. One works, one doesn't. This actually used to be broken, but I repaired it myself. It's not the easiest thing to repair these pedestals. You kind of have to break them in order to get into the insides to repair them, but I did end up repairing it. In the future, I'll probably forego repairing them and just buy new ones, because it was kind of a hassle, and I still had to buy a new motor, which was like $20 in the first place. So, but this is what the spinning pedestal looks like in action. I don't see a lot of people with statue collections using spinning pedestals and incorporating them into their collection. So this is definitely something I want to talk about during a future video, because, you know, it makes it so much cooler. It really does. You can enjoy the statue more from all angles. It really just livens up the collection. It really makes it feel like you're in a museum. That light is actually not supposed to be hanging like that. That's actually supposed to be up here, but whatever. And then you can see these comic books in the back. So these comic books are placed here with double-sided Velcro. One side of the Velcro is the Velcro part, and then the other side is sticky. So basically what I do is I just put the Velcro on the back of the furniture, then you put a piece of Velcro on the back of the comic book, and then you just stick it up there, and you can see it's I personally think it's way cooler. I think this makes the collection so much cooler when you have some of your favorite comic book covers behind your statues. Actually, I think I began to put some of the Velcro, I began to put some of it up already right over here. As you can see, that's how it works. All right, so we got the Velcro double-sided tape, Velcro on one side, sticky on the other side. There you go. All right, so let's come over here, and this basically back here is where I keep the comic books. Just 2 short boxes, that's all. I'm probably what I want to do is I want to get some more grid walls and place them on the back wall, because I don't just collect comic books, but I also, if you can see this right here, I'm a magazine collector as well. I like to collect magazines for my favorite models. Let's see, we've got Lindsay Pelos right there. That just came in the mail. And then what's under that? Then we have Heidi Montag under that, Maxim magazine, Candy magazine. Then we have Anne Hathaway down there. So I definitely want to get some more grid walls for the comics as well as the magazines too. But so far this area is just miscellaneous junk other than the magazines. Oh yeah, we got a nice Vampirella print down there by Enrique Torres, very rare, got it off eBay. But you know, just want to get some more grid walls up for magazines and probably some more comic books. And then of course, you know, we got to put some posters on the wall, because these walls it's weird when I come in the room, the walls look fine, but then when I look at it on the camera, it's like, man, these walls are just so naked. These walls desperately need some art on them. So I'll definitely be solving that. And then of course we have the workstation. This is where I do all my work right here. Good times. And I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. That's the game room. This is the room where I guess you could say the femme fatales are kept. This is also the room where I work. So now you guys have got a little behind the scenes footage of how this YouTube channel operates and how it's going to operate in the future. Like I said, the next video will be about some comic book pickups, so just stay tuned, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.